Hey everyone, welcome to my video about why it sucks to be a velociraptor, where we take an honest look at some of the less desirable creatures that have inhabited our world throughout history and try to figure out what it would have been like to be them. So today we're going to look at one of the most famous dinosaurs out there. You know, the stars of Jurassic Park, the clever and deadly velociraptors. But before we do, make sure to smash that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any of our upcoming episodes. And if you'd like to help us make more videos like this one, then consider joining our support page. Alright, let's do this thing. Alright, let's start off by saying that pretty much everything that people think is cool about being a velociraptor is actually kind of a lie. Okay, first of all, movies lied to you. We're not giant nightmare lizards that can easily kill anything that gets in our way. I mean, sure, we were predators, but we were kind of more like angry chickens with teeth. See, because even though we might have been smart, agile, and fast, the fact is, we were only about the size of a large dog. Now, that might not sound small when you're talking about something that lived 65 million years ago. I mean, what else was there out there? But when you put our size into context with other dinosaurs, we were about the equivalent of a chicken nugget in a world full of king-size burgers. And those king-size burgers are probably the biggest reason why we couldn't rule the world. See, while we might have been able to use our smarts to hunt in packs or form clever strategies, the fact was we were still at the mercy of every huge carnivore that happened to wander past. Yep, that's right. No matter how smart you are, if a T-Rex wants to eat you, he's gonna eat you. I mean, even the herbivorous sauropods like the Diplodocus and the Brachiosaurus were the size of Godzilla compared to us. So we either had to watch them walk through our towns like it was the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, or hope that they didn't step on us when they went to use the bathroom. Oh, and don't even get me started on living near the coast. If there was one thing that was worse than getting stomped on by a land dinosaur, it was getting snatched up by an aquatic dinosaur like the Mosasaurus. I mean, it's bad enough when you get chased by one animal on land. But when you get chased by a second animal in the water that can swim faster than you and eats your kind for breakfast, well, that's just cruel and unusual. But okay, let's move past the fact that we could be stomped on or eaten by just about anything that got hungry. Because I'm sure that living a life constantly on the lookout for a predator would get old really fast. Right? Sure, we might have been fast, but that's only half the equation. We also had to be careful where we spent our time. See, being fast is great when you're trying to chase down prey or run away from a predator, but that means that if you're not fast, then you're prey. Yep, that's right. Just about anywhere that you went, you would have to contend with other animals that were just naturally faster than you. You know, they'd make fun of you, how slow you are. I mean, just imagine if every time you went outside you had to deal with a bunch of gazelles making fun of your inability to keep up with them. It'd be miserable. And since we were only about the size of a large dog, it wasn't like we could use our strength to fight back against these faster animals. In fact, sometimes we weren't even able to outrun smaller, weaker animals like the ornithomimus. I mean, seriously, its name means ostrich imitator, and it was faster than us. That's kind of embarrassing. Now, you might be thinking, hold up, wait a minute. Didn't these guys run at 40 miles per hour? And to that I say yes, but not without a ton of asterisks. You see, modern estimates suggest that we were probably only capable of short bursts of speed. Kind of like a cheetah, really. They can run up to 70 miles per hour, but only for very short distances. Other estimates put our top speed closer to 25 miles per hour. But even if we were the Usain Bolt of the Cretaceous period, that still wouldn't save us from everything that wanted to eat us. You know how humans brag about running 100 meters in under 10 seconds? Yeah, cool. Velociraptors ran fast too. Straight into bigger dinosaurs' stomachs. I mean, really, we were kind of like the Ricky Bobby of dinosaurs. Sure, we were fast, but half the time we took that speed into places we shouldn't have gone. So now let's set aside our speed for a moment and talk about our claws. Yeah, they look scary, but guess what? They were mainly for tripping. Yeah, really. See, thanks to our intelligence, we were able to utilize tools and weapons that other dinosaurs couldn't. I mean, we were probably the only ones who thought of carrying a club or spear around. But at the same time, we also developed opposable thumbs. But even with those thumbs, we were still essentially birds. So our claws ended up evolving into more grabbing implements instead of killing implements. And since we were never bigger than a large dog, those little claws weren't ever going to be able to take out big game. So even if we were the best hunters in the world, we would still be stuck hunting small prey like insects, lizards, and maybe, just maybe, if we were feeling ambitious, a small mammal or two. But even that kind of lifestyle was risky because there were plenty of dinosaurs that hunted small prey too. So it wasn't like we could even count on food. Okay, so clearly things weren't looking good for us, but surely our big brains meant that we could at least avoid some of the dangers of the world, right? Surely we were smart enough to know better than to stare down a T-Rex or stand next to a volcano or whatever. Well, yeah, that's what everyone thinks, but turns out that's just another dangerous misconception. The truth is, despite what happens in Jurassic Park, there's no evidence that velociraptors were any smarter than your average dinosaur. In fact, we were probably about as smart as the Troodon. And honestly, that guy has a name that means hunting animal, and he ate meat. So if he can pass for smart, then we should be able to too. But regardless of how intelligent we were, we still had to contend with the same dangers as every other dinosaur. We still had to watch where we walked, what we ate, and where we slept. I mean, we weren't exactly the first dinosaurs to invent these behaviors. Every other species did it too, so we didn't have any special advantage in that regard. So basically, we were stupid enough to end up in dangerous situations, too dumb to know when we were in trouble, and too slow to escape when things went south. So yeah, being a velociraptor sounds badass until you realize history basically made us prehistoric pigeons, so maybe it's a good thing that we're extinct. But hey, if you like this video, then check out this other episode where we talk about how terrible it would have been to be a megalodon. And if you want to learn more about velociraptors, then check out this video over here. As always, thanks for watching.